Hey everyone, welcome back to my vinyl collection. Today we're going to talk about Gabrielle Aplin's Miss You EP. Now this is actually her first release since her Light Up the Dark album, which was 2015, and this was released just last week, 16th of December. Now straight away I love the gorgeous artwork on here. I think it's absolutely awesome, and also I love the way she started here sort of this purplish pink kind of colour. I think it's really vibrant and it really sort of shows a sense of, I guess, kind of empowerment, but also just embracing of identity and being brave enough to sort of express yourself through everything sort of physically and literally. Now here on the design for the cover, I like it because there's a series of reflections. It's almost like looking into a kaleidoscope, and I think that's kind of a bit of the intention. Also obviously there's a series of reflections because it's just one sort of photo that it took with a projection of stars onto her and on this background with a translucent see-through box of butterflies, which I think all work really well, and it really emphasises this mysterious sort of nature of the design. And also like the fact that it's obviously very different to anything she's done before in the past, sort of visually and almost musically as well. And I think that's all emphasising the point that it's meant to be an opportunity for her to explore herself sort of personally and creatively. And I think she's done that really well through the cover. Now on the back cover, it's actually quite similar to the front, but this time with a zoom in kind of effect, almost like it's in motion. But it's also a theme that kind of gets carried on throughout the EP, but at the same time they can look even more like a kaleidoscope. Now the design for the inner sleeve is actually quite a gorgeous bit of artwork on its own, mainly because it's carrying on the same theme with all these stars, like a photo of outer space. And I love how there's sort of nebulas in the background and a play with pink and purple hues, and overall it's quite a celestial vibe to it. The CD has the same sort of image with a little pocket for the CD, which I think is quite a nice feature, and information about each track here. And also what I really like with what she's sort of doing and her choices of how she sort of, I guess, makes these, is carrying the same thing using card as the cases, which is a much more I guess sustainable and eco approach to it as opposed to using those plastic jewel cases. So this, the vinyl itself, is a 7-inch single with only 2 songs on it, one on each side, which is a little bit disappointing because she could have easily done an EP 10-inch with 2 songs on each side or something like that, which would have been a bit nicer and a bit more of a reason to buy the actual vinyl, but I still like it anyway. It's a bit thin, there's really thin vinyl here, which is a little bit of a shame, but it doesn't affect the sound quality, I don't think anyway. But what would have been really nice if they did something similar to As It Is, which they, for their first album, they had like a translucent vinyl record with sort of these glittery metallic stars across it, which actually looked like the night sky, and she could have easily done that but purple, and that could have been much nicer, but I guess it would have been more expensive. As you can see, the little label in the centre is actually sort of spinning when it's not spinning, sort of thing, and she's done that also on the CD, which again I think it's the motion blur sort of theme they got going on, like on the back cover. Now this is a 4-track EP with 3 original songs and 1 piano version of the first song called Miss You. And the song Miss You is a really nice one. First of all, I think she said this in her live stream, but it was unintentionally tropical sounding. So, because it does have that kind of vibe to it, and it wasn't meant to be like that, but it kind of ended up being something like that. But overall it has like a dreamy pop kind of vibe to it, which I really enjoyed. It's definitely a breath of fresh air, mainly because this isn't quite what we usually hear from her. It's the first time in a way, in the sort of nuances of having kind of pop kind of background to it, this kind of beat and the way it sort of sounds in general. And I feel like it's a very interesting take on the way she does her music, and I really appreciate the fact that this song, and she said this in a live stream I think, basically for this specific song and the EP in general, is about her kind of rediscovering herself and coming back to her old self and being comfortable with being who she is and embracing that idea, because it's important to me specifically because it's something I went through these past several years in really being comfortable with doing what I want to do and being who I am, and not letting other people change that. So yeah, and overall it's a really catchy song, I really love it, and I'm really glad that she wrote this song. Now the second track, Night Bus, is a nice little bit of songwriting, mainly because of the metaphors she used in it and how her reflection is something that follows her around, and her sense of clarity that she's gaining every time she sort of heads home in a way, but also a metaphor for her finding herself again, which I think again really emphasises this idea that this whole EP is about her rediscovering herself and how comfortable she is again, which I really appreciate. Now Run for Cover is a gorgeous track on this EP. It's the most reminiscent to her older stuff as well, so for fans who weren't too into her first 2 songs, you should be a fan of this one. And it's a very beautiful track, it's a very honest and cute bit of songwriting in a way. It's quite simple, it's not overcomplicated, but it's not too simple at the same time. And it's a really beautiful song that really emphasises the way she can sing, and the bit I really like is the first line of the second part of the chorus, which I think is really beautifully sung. And the last track is the piano version of Miss You, which is just simply a very beautiful stripped back version of her song. Now overall I think these are 3 absolutely gorgeous tracks which further reinforces how exceptional she is as a singer-songwriter, using this EP as a platform to explore her ideas. And that does it for my review of Gabrielle Aplin's Miss You EP. Once again, this is the 7-inch single with only 2 songs, and this is the CD with all 4 songs. So if you want all of them, you want to get the CD or her digital download, which is from iTunes or wherever. Now, once again, I hope you guys found this video helpful in some way. If you did, please feel free to show support by liking, commenting, subscribing to my channel if you want to. And as usual, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time. So, see ya.